Hi, I'm Rich Torrey. Welcome to another Level Up Cartooning. All you ever need to follow along with me is a pencil and paper. It doesn't get any easier than that, right? Now, before we get started, make sure you hit the thumbs up and the subscribe button as it helps this channel to grow, and hit the bell so you never miss a lesson. So we've been having fun drawing scenes or poses from some of Disney's legendary animated classics. We've drawn Steamboat Willie, Bambi, Dumbo, Snow White along with the Evil Witch, and last week we drew Lady and the Tramp. Today we're going to draw a scene from what is considered by many as the pinnacle of animation filmmaking, the 1940 Disney masterpiece Pinocchio. We're going to draw Pinocchio in the famous scene with his cartoon conscious and guide, Jiminy Cricket, who's telling Pinocchio that if he ever needs him, to just whistle. Anyway, what do you say we get started? We're going to draw our classic scene from Pinocchio step by step, giving you the secret formula to be able to draw it again and again. If you've watched any of my other videos, you know I normally use the characters' heads to figure out how big the entire character is. In his sitting pose, Pinocchio is just a little over 2 heads tall. In other words, however tall his head is, his entire body is just over 2 of those tall. And Jiminy Cricket is roughly 3 cricket heads tall. One other hint, Jiminy Cricket is standing on top of Pinocchio's shoe, and the top of his head should just reach the bottom of Pinocchio's chin. Just something to look for as you map out the 2 characters. Okay, so let's draw that roadmap for our scene from Pinocchio. So there's our roadmap of our iconic pose of Pinocchio and Jiminy Cricket. Now before we go on to step 2, I want to give you the layout of our 2 characters' bodies using simple shapes for those of you who want to screen grab. Just something to help you when laying out your characters in this scene. Okay, so now we're on to step 2. In this step, we do what I call roughing out the features. I want to remind you that until the 3rd and final step, you want to be drawing as light as possible. You'll see that I use guidelines to help me to know where to put Pinocchio and Jiminy Cricket's eyes, noses, mouths, and other features. We don't want those guidelines in the final drawing, so you want to draw them light enough to be able to erase them easily. Okay, so let's rough out the features for Pinocchio and Jiminy Cricket. Okay, so there are the roughed out features for our iconic scene from Pinocchio. So now with the roadmap done and the features roughed out, it's time for that final step. In step 3, we get to have fun. We get to draw in the final details of Pinocchio and Jiminy Cricket. We don't have to guess where to put things because we've already done all the hard work figuring that out. This is where you want to take a moment to look at your drawing while it's still lightly sketched out and fix and change things before then committing the drawing to those final lines. And even as you begin those final lines, you don't want to just mindlessly retrace over what you've already drawn. As you're drawing those final lines, you should be still thinking about how you might improve your drawing, staying vigilant until the very end. Okay, so let's draw in the details for our classic scene from Pinocchio. And that's how you do it. There you have it, our iconic pose of Pinocchio and Jiminy Cricket from the 1940 Disney masterpiece, Pinocchio. So how do you think you did? Understand, if you've never drawn Pinocchio or Jiminy Cricket before, you cannot expect to have drawn them perfectly. You'll notice I don't spend time coloring our scene from Pinocchio during this video because I want my lesson to focus solely on the drawing process. Now you have the secret formula, the process for drawing our scene from Pinocchio. And with that, you can draw it again and again. And by all means, color it when you're done. I promise each time you draw it, it'll be a little easier and a little better. I also promise the more you work with me, the better you're going to get at all of your cartoon characters. So I'd love to see your drawing of Pinocchio and Jiminy Cricket. If you can, take a picture and post it on either Facebook or Instagram, and don't forget to include the hashtag #LevelUpCartooning. I hope you had as much fun as I did with this one. Remember to subscribe, and thanks for joining me. Until next time, keep drawing, my friends.